You're listening to Never Heard of It, a Night Shift Radio original. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a rating and review if you're so inclined. For more information, visit nightshiftradio.com. You would think, with how long I've been using Apple stuff, that I would be significantly more comfortable in GarageBand doing recording, especially given that my former role forced me to even teach people how to use it on occasion.
Sure.
Not that that's something I ever enjoyed, and using the creative apps, as cool as they are and as amazing as it was that they're there and often free and stuff like that, it's just it was never really my thing. I'm a musician and I've recorded stuff like that, but someone else is always behind the board and clicking the buttons, and that's fine. And I have done some basic recording in GarageBand, but most of that was literally 15 years ago. The majority
Right.
so it's changed a lot, and I guess in some ways for the better, but in other ways it made it more confusing because they tried to make it more approachable to people who weren't from, I don't know. It's all of that to say, it's weird that I'm more comfortable recording this podcast in Audacity than in GarageBand. But with our guest in the upcoming episode, I probably didn't have to do GarageBand, but it took me less time to figure out how to do multi-track in GarageBand than it probably would have in Audacity, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's that level of comfort, because I use Logic to edit all of our shows, or all the shows that I do, because I don't do all the shows, but I use, Logic to do that. Like Storyteller series, I'm 15 tracks deep, editing multiple VOs and making sure that people are, everything's good. In Logic, I could do that in GarageBand. GarageBand has that capability, and I'll even record in I'm recording in GarageBand right now. I could easily record in Logic, but I just do it in GarageBand just because it's that familiarity. It's what I associate with this. So,
and doing the editing in Logic makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's just that much more of a powerful tool with the options that it has, the plugins and presets that you can use with it. But also, my desktop setup has gotten simultaneously simpler but also more complicated as I moved my Switch into here. And listeners, if any of you has a line on an extra Switch dock that I can get from not Amazon or eBay or one of the shitty big companies, let me know in the comments or in the Twitters. Or via our contact form on thenohoit.com, because I still want to be able to play my Switch out in the living room on my giant TV. I've been very much enjoying that experience, but I can't remember if we said it here on this show or not, but I started streaming recently. Which is a very new thing for me, but I'm enjoying it. It's mostly me sitting here in the middle of the night alone with the dog sleeping on the couch behind me, and playing Cozy Grove and talking to myself. But last night I started the story mode for Mortal Kombat 11.
Which is coming out tomorrow. For those of you listening on the day this episode releases, Mortal Kombat comes out in theaters tomorrow.
I thought it was already out.
23rd, it comes out. Yeah,
I think it's already out in theaters. It comes out on HBO Max on the 23rd. You can go see it in the theater right now, which I thought about doing this weekend, but Ellen got her second shot, so we were laying low yesterday to make sure that she didn't get hit too hard with that. And I didn't want to leave her alone. I don't know that she'll be interested in going to the theater and seeing that with me. Maybe she surprises me all the time. But I didn't want to go alone while she was recovering and whatnot. So I started the story mode, and I swear to God, you were there. It felt like it could easily have been a movie that we would talk about. It's totally shit insane, and it was so hard for me to stay quiet while I was recording, because again, this is midnight my time, so even later for you. I think. I know, but and the actual bedroom is right on the other side of that wall, which apparently does a pretty good job of blocking the sound. Ellen says that she can't really hear me. She can hear me out in the living room because it's just the door. But not in the bedroom, which is cool. But there were several times where I was just what is happening? Just
There was
like
a lot
wanted
of
to
head crush
scream.
moments where we were just both like, what is going on? It was wild.
It's just amazing. And like I haven't played a Mortal Kombat game in easily 20 years. And like there's a whole story that's been happening, and I likened it to like, if you try to jump into wrestling now, you're not going to know what the shit's going on. And like any of the characters that you remember from childhood, if you're around our age, are probably long gone, or like are involved in like management and whatnot. Like I think of like Vince McMahon is now the owner, and I remember when he was just like some young shithead.
Yeah.
But like it's try to get into something like that now, or like any soap opera that's been going on for years, and like try to understand the storyline. You're not going to, but
Right.
they like Mortal Kombat 11. They're like, yeah, there's a story, but fuck that. We're going to start this shit over and just like really mess with time and mess with your heads. And like, Tilda Swinton's in it. Not really, but
Never. But we determined it was Tilda Swinton. Yeah, no, it was really fun watching you stream and watching you do that. Which by the way is twitch.tv/Wanshu. That's JUAN Wan SHUE Wanshu.
yeah. It's not Juan Shui as some people have thought. But yeah, so like mostly Switch, probably mostly Koji Grove because that's my jam right now, and Octopath Traveler. I've been playing through that, but I'm gonna try to see. I've gotten back into World of Warcraft lately.
Yeah.
Mostly, I got Shadowlands when it came out. I had been playing Classic for a little while, but Shadowlands was fun. But more recently, I rejoined up with my old guild. I'd stayed friends with them, but I did my own thing for a long time, and it was called an Army of One. It was a pun. It was awesome. And for a while it was active, but when everyone else left, I was literally an Army of One for like several years, and it got boring. So I reached out to the old guild and I was like, hey, is it all right if I come home? And they're like, hell yes. So more recently they've started doing like Friday night dungeon runs. And it's just, total fun runs. There are a couple of folks who like just recently got their characters up to max level, and like, we want to do some stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'll come heal that shit. Like, it's been a while, so I'm probably going to suck, but like, yeah, I'll do that.
That's
And,
awesome.
I was definitely very rusty, but it's been fun as shit. And, I kind of want to stream a few of those, assuming they're okay with it, and I think they would be.
Yeah.
But like I tried this past Friday night. You joined to test it out with me, but I couldn't get the audio working, and it would have just like no game audio and like none of the other conversations. So literally just been silence in game and me holding my end of a 5-person conversation. I'm like, nobody wants that.
Yeah, that's the complicated part about figuring that out, is getting all the audio balanced and making sure people are heard and sound and stuff like that, so it becomes entertaining.
Yeah. Which brings me like full tilt right back, full circle, I guess, to the episode that we're here to talk about, because I had to figure out how to record 2 people for the first time, because we're going to have a very special guest on this next episode. So I guess with that said,
hello and welcome to the Never Heard of a Podcast Trailer Edition. I'm your host, Michael Fight.
And I am Caleb. And as you know, this has been Alien Invasion April.
Yeah,
we've been having a blast. I mean, last week was kind of garbage. I mean, fuck, like, what a weird movie Jiu-Jitsu was.
Yeah.
But all of that said, the whole reason that we were inspired to do this is because of a conversation that my wife Ellen and I, and you've heard me talk about her. She does not listen to the podcast. She is not at all interested in hearing Michael and me shit talk movies for an hour.
That's fair.
No interest whatsoever, and I don't blame her. Every now, like, she used to not want to watch the movies at all, and I don't blame her for that either. And it became like every now and then she would. And now, if I know the movie's not going to be an absolute shit show, I'd be like, hey, this is what this movie's about. Do you want to watch it? If I know it's going to be, I just leave the room. I don't even try.
Don't even bother. Right.
But we were talking about possible movies that we could do, and we got on the topic of like mid 90s, like early 2000s sci-fi, and she mentioned Mars Attacks, and I had the audacity to say that I had never seen Mars Attacks, and this shocked and appalled her.
It was surprising to me as well. I wasn't appalled, but I was definitely surprised.
Now, mind you, sci-fi is my jam. It's my wheelhouse. I have been a sci-fi nerd my entire life. And Ellen, like for for all the defense that she'll put up, is very much a nerd, but in her own way, and didn't really get that much into sci-fi until after she and I started hanging out, and Kitsy and I introduced her to Doctor Who and Battlestar Galactica. You know, we did the gateway drugs to sci-fi.
Sure. Yeah.
And she's all in, and she'll watch pretty much. I mean, we've been watching Altered Carbon. She'll watch like anything Star Trek with me. Like, I love it. It's great. But to be schooled on a sci-fi movie, like arguably a classic of like sci-fi satire that I hadn't seen, I was like, all right, this is fair. And she's like, you know what, it's old enough that your listeners maybe like they'll probably have heard of it, but maybe won't have seen it, and you should do it. I was like, all right, well, let's do a whole alien invasion month. So on this coming Sunday, or today, if you're a subscriber to the Night Shifts Radio Patreon, you can hear a brand new episode of us talking about the 1996 Tim Burton sci-fi satire classic Mars Attacks, featuring my wife, Ellen.
Yeah, very excited to have her as a guest. To finally, get her on to have her talk. So I miss hanging
more
out
than a voice yelling in the background.
Yeah. It's just she'll just pass by every so often and be like, "Hi, Michael," and I'll be like, "Hi, Ellen," and then she would go away. You know, I haven't seen Ellen in a while, like in person.
Yeah, I mean,
but then again, in the past year, I literally haven't seen anyone in person. Although
the only person I've seen for the
right. Although this weekend, for those of you listening on Thursday, I will actually be seeing some people in person. I will be seeing Kitsy and Andrea. Yes. Kitsy, the host, Kitsy and Andrea, both the hosts of Set Condition 1, along with Caleb, and Kitsy, the host of Left of the Dial, with Caleb, because we will be doing the Left of the Dial live, featuring Long Neck. The band Long Neck is coming into the studio, and I'm going to be there to help do the tech stuff. So that's
exciting.
Yeah, so that's going to be really exciting. So if you guys have yet to subscribe to that, definitely do that. You can do that at leftofthedial.live. For those of you watching on YouTube, at the very end of this video, there will be a link you can click to subscribe to that. So definitely do that, because it's a free concert. Why would you want to miss that?
And if you're not familiar with Long Neck, you can go back 2 weeks in the Left of the Dial feed over at leftofthedial.fm, and we talked with Lily from Long Neck, and it was just great. She was just a wonderful, wonderful guest, and the music is great. And I found a kindred spirit in my love of Don Bluth. And we talked about Lily's got a podcast called The Gospel Bluth, breaking down all of Don Bluth's movie catalog. It's like right in my wheelhouse. I love it. So check that out. Get familiar with Long Neck, and then watch Left of the Dial live. Like, live music has been gone for a year now, and technically, people have been doing live streams, and that's like not to come down on that at all, because that's what this is, and technically you won't be there in person, but like the chance to watch a band play live is so rare right now that we're super stoked to be a part of helping bands get back into it. Shortly after that, actually the following week on May 1st, our good friend Kaylee Goldsworthy, who was also just on Left of the Dial last week, is also going to be doing a Left of the Dial live.
Yeah.
And she told us, like, I haven't left the house to play a show in like a year. Like, this is going to be the first time. So like that's really dope to be like, we're gonna help you get back out there.
See, that Left of the Dial live it's a really cool thing. I'm very excited for that. And of course, we've got so much happening around the Night Shift Media company, and the best way, of course, is to find out about all this stuff is to sign up for the Night Shift Radio newsletter. Currently, for those of you listening during the week of April 18th through the 24th, we are running a giveaway for a $25 Bandcamp gift card. So if you sign up for the mailing list, or if you head over to our social media, you can go to Media NSR on Twitter, or Left of the Dial PC over on Twitter as well. And you can see a link for the giveaway. Of course, either Caleb or I, you can follow us on social media. I'm the Michael Fight. Caleb is Caleb Micah. If you find us on social media, we have retweeted and talked about the giveaway, but we're giving away a $25 Bandcamp gift card where you can purchase music. And what's great is if you win it and you really dig the show on Saturday, you can actually purchase the live music, the live music that Long Neck does. You can purchase that live show music on Bandcamp, and that money will go to Long Neck. So they earn some of that money, which is pretty awesome. So it's a way to kind of support them. And let them know you care. And of course you'll have a substantial amount left over because it's only like $7 or something like that, I think. But definitely want to check that out.
Releasing all the live shows available for purchase afterwards. So like, yeah, if you like one, you'll probably like the others, and keep checking them out. And otherwise, go and support your other favorite artists. We're not here to tell you what to do.
Yeah, right. That's right. I mean, we kind of are, but we're not like tell you what to do. We're here to suggest that you do a thing and then sternly look at you until you do it.
We're not going to be mad, but we will be disappointed.
I'm not mad, just disappointed. So anyways, yeah. So our new episode is coming up this Sunday where we talk about Mars Attacks. But as Caleb said, for you Patreon subscribers, patreon.com/nightshiftradio, that episode is available right meow. You can go and listen to it over on the Patreon feed. But until then, again, follow us on social media, sign up to that newsletter so you learn all of the deets. And thanks a lot for watching and listening, everyone. And we will see you on Sunday.
We sure will.